And we are live! Hello, hello, welcome back to RogueTrader. Sorry for the late start. We were busy getting drinks ready, making sure Hemmy is supplied with snacks. I am Flewt. I'll be joined by my partner Hemmy for a co-op shortly, once those snacks have been retrieved. Zangief, good to see you! How are you doing today? A good question. Are you having more fun with this than you did with BG3, or the other way around? Oh, Zangief, that's a spicy question. Hello, hello. Oh, he disappeared again. Calyx, hello. Sorry, Calyx, tonight I was planning to go over and kind of finalize a few things for the podcast tomorrow. Or maybe in the morning tomorrow, but I know you're streaming then. But it has become much later than I intended, so I apologize. But Calyx, how have you been? How's streams been? Let me just get all of this going. You'll be doing stuff last minute tomorrow too. Okay. Whew. Very good. I'll try get my stuff together tonight. I don't want to be too much of a liability. There's a podcast. There's the idea of a podcast, Crimson. So Calyx has been really awesome and wanting to do something together and much more on the ball than I have been. And so she's convinced me to do a podcast. It didn't need much convincing. I'm very excited to give it a try, but we're both very new, so there is a bit of a TBA thing. We will make it official once there's actually content to release. I hope that's all right to say, Calyx, sorry. But Zangief, are you here? Because I don't want to answer spicy questions if you're not going to be around to deal with the consequences of them. Crimson Cantata, also sorry. Hello, good to see you. Did I send the Hemmy an invite? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, I'll just launch it. Yes, let's just continue. You are here, Zangief. Very good. Oh, no longer here. No. Oh no. Okay. But Zangief asked a really interesting question, which is, am I enjoying this more than BG3 or the other way around? And to be honest, that's a complicated question that I have thought about. I think I'm really enjoying the new player experience of Warhammer. And I don't think that has anything to do with the game specifically. There's nowhere like this more than Fire Emblem Three Houses. Not yet, Zangief, not yet. We'll see, we'll see. Fire Emblem Three Houses has kind of reached like my top 5 favorite games. But I'm having a good time with this. And something I definitely noticed, and something I should be aware of streaming going forward, is that I'm loving the completely... I know this isn't really the word to use, but the completely blind perspective coming in here and being totally new and totally out of my depth and just figuring it out. I've had such a great time getting to talk to everyone who comes in and helps us out with Warhammer, but also just, being confused and fuddling through and having that very newbie experience is a lot of fun, which I kind of ruined for myself with BG3 because I couldn't keep myself away from that game during all of development, and so I knew pretty much everything. There wasn't much to be surprised by with BG3.
I have toast.
Yeah!
I have Nutella toast.
Very good.
I was listening to the whole thing.
Oh, yes.
And Flewt's perspective from behind the scenes is a very different story between BG3 and what she's excited about, and RogueTrader and what she's excited about. Because much as she was about to say, it's a very different experience on her end because of how much she had experienced of BG3. From my perspective, not that anyone asked, but I think it's much more similar because I knew nothing about BG3 going into it, whereas Flewt had already played the entire first act when we played through, and I had seen almost nothing.
Very true.
Oh, thanks, Sengi.
Very good. I was curious as well. That's really interesting. Because I think for me as well, not just in terms of I had played some of BG3, I was very familiar with Larian's style. I kept up with all of their development and community notes through the 4 years. So I felt as if I had already played the game, even though I hadn't played the full game, and it was nice once we got to content that was fresh. It just wasn't the new exciting. It was more like, this is a really incredible game. And there was also the issue that my computer started really struggling in the third act that made it more difficult than I would have liked. So I don't know if I prefer this to BG3, but the new experience is certainly a lot more fun, and I wish I'd had that with BG3. But that's just my personality. Kind of messing things up for me. I get very obsessive.
I think there's also a difference in preference as well, because Flewt likes very much the story, narrative-centric experiences a lot more than I do. Not to say I hate them, it's just a difference in preference. And because of that, I don't think I'd be playing this game if it weren't for Flewt. I don't think I'd be playing RogueTrader. I find it so much fun because we go through the game and have our own headcanon for all of these dumb little characters that isn't a part of the story, but is my absolute favorite part.
That is also another great point. I would love to talk to you, Calyx. You're saying you're enjoying RogueTrader more than BG3, which is really interesting, and I know you kind of struggled towards the end of BG3, especially with bugs and stuff. Do you think it was on a technical level? Or has the story and world of Warhammer just grabbed you more?
While we're talking about this, can you open
Story
up the
level.
co-op
Yeah, absolutely.
Lobby? Cool. Maybe send me an invite?
Yeah, I'm on it. I'll get there. Create.
Save it for podcast. I'm not invited to the podcast, so I have to rant here. This is my only platform. I'm going to stand on my apple crate, and I'm going to share my opinion, if anyone asks for it or not. I think it is very much a different experience, though.
It's
personally, I preferred
experience.
BG3 for the more animated and personalized view of characters. This one feels very much, if your character is there or not, it doesn't really matter. The story continues.
Yeah, I do agree. Zangief, Hemmy, you're the only one who should get to talk. Wow, thanks, Zangief. I see how it is.
Oh, geez.
The betrayal, huh? After all our time together. And this is what you do to me. This is now the All Hemmy All-Time Show. Maybe that is something we discuss
That's why it's called featuringFlewt, because it's my show and you're the guest.
Get out.
Oh, okay. I'll go back to my toast.
Let's get some playing going. It's interesting, Calyx. I both understand where you're coming from and kind of disagree. But on a very technical sense, I think the actual writing in BG3 was far better. But I do think the sense of world building and making you feel like you're a part of the world is better in Warhammer. And it's what Owlcat's always been good at. I think also I would not be enjoying this nearly as much, especially to stream, if I had to be reading everything. I don't know how Calyx is doing it, but I find that exhausting. And I'm so glad that I've got Hemmy here to help me with that, because it becomes so much more enjoyable. The Hemmy Show featuring Flewt. All right, I'll catch up on chat. Sorry for the rant. But maybe we'll go into that more on podcast. Again, no promises that it is coming out. It's something we're going to play with and see what comes of it. Zenu's saying both stories are doing very different things, and that's also very true. There's a game on a game and sandbox level and technically, BG3 is a massive achievement, and it is hard to play that game and not be wowed by how much has gone into it, how much freedom was allowed from the team, how much passion is behind it.
Because every little object and item and spell and character felt well done. And even if it wasn't bug-free all the time, it felt done with love. Whereas you can definitely tell, in most games, not specific to RogueTrader, you can tell, like, this was put in as fast as possible. Yeah, this character art was the same as the other 5. The voice actor didn't care who they were doing, you know, because there were so many. Whatever it was, those little touches were present in every single aspect of BG3.
Yeah, absolutely. From performance to just the sandbox nature of BG3. But I think that's also where their long-time story can kind of fall apart, is that every element of the world is so interactable, it's hard to tell a very focused story with that.
Very good clip, Wayak, thank you.
Wayak co-rated RogueTrader's writing better than BG3's, but overall BG3 was his game of the year. I find that really fascinating, and I want to dive into whether it was the overall story or like the moment-to-moment writing, because I get driven up the wall by some of RogueTrader's writing. I don't think on a technical level, like what characters say is better. I think it's so succinct and so beautifully written in BG3.
Yeah.
But like I said, the overall story was weaker, probably because of so many permutations.
I totally agree on that. Like, I don't know who the writers were for Owlcat on this game, but man, they needed an editor. Man, they needed someone to cut like a majority of everything written, because there's just so much, and it could all be condensed into like a fifth of what is actually here. Every character gets a wiki entry every time they open the goddamn mouths, and they could have had a sentence.
And I know that's sometimes personal preference. Some people like a lot more prose, but it drives me nuts sometimes.
As someone who prefers gameplay over story, I wouldn't be playing it.
Thanik says you enjoyed RogueTrader more as well, and I think that's totally fair. You think BG3 suffers from D&D's good-evil alignment divide as well, but that's personal preference. I very much understand where you're coming from. While I respect that BG3 removed, technically, good versus evil, it was still very much prevalent in a tone-wise and a story-wise kind of feeling, especially with companions, but without it being almost cemented in a what's the word?
Have a backup plan.
Oh, here you go. In an actual mechanic, it felt a bit weird. I do agree with that. And I think it's totally understandable. Warhammer is a much more believable universe. I believe and am totally into who my character is in this world, whereas I think BG3 suffers from being set in D&D's Faerun, which is very airy-fairy and like...
I think Flewt and I have talked about this before. Both of us, our least favorite part of D&D is the world that D&D is set in.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything else we love.
Yeah, when we play D&D in our own campaigns, we are always playing in a homebrewed world, because those are usually more interesting, just for us personally.
Because as someone who's written campaigns as a DM, though not very much, a couple of years, it's so hard to write your own story in the world that D&D is set in, because there's always something like, actually that character couldn't have existed because in this time there was this character who would have encountered them and therefore could not possibly have been, and you go, oh, for fuck's sake, just... I'm trying to tell a story, shut up.
It's also just so generically fantasy.
Yeah.
Thanik says you think BG3 will skew CRPG perception a lot. Sorry, I know I'm falling behind chat. This is quite a can of worms Ingeek has opened.
This is the podcast, whether we know it or not.
Since the budget for it is massive, absolutely. What Larian was able to accomplish, both through creative freedoms allowed and budget given, was phenomenal. And I don't expect other CRPGs to really be able to live up to that.
Hi, Frankie.
But without loot boxes, how could BG3 possibly be a good bargain? Sarcasm.
Very good.
Excellent.
No pay-to-win mechanics. It must be shit.
Rosavi Linovets, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Ko is absolutely a completionist Thanix. I love Ko Carnage. I really admire his...
Is that a God in Smite?
No, Ko's a big streamer, and he loves CRPGs. I really admire his community interaction, the way he's just totally unflappable. He's an incredible streamer. But he is also a completionist, and I enjoy that aspect of his CRPG streams. But you think, in most part, he read it without saying it, and I totally understand that. When he's streaming, like, a full day, that's his full-time job. I have noticed he's, a little less low energy, and I think you have to be for that kind of thing. Calix says, what you like about the writing RogueTrader, you feel immersed, and the writing brings it to life. I totally get that. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Especially some of the cinematic kind of perspective. When the game can't give you a cinematic, it has to write that in for you. And I do think it does a great job with that Calix.
And I definitely, just to quickly go back on that, I agree that there are people who love that, and I'm glad that there is. It's definitely just a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
I just personally prefer not everything that can be said needs to be said.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have lots of time and it's the game you're enjoying the most and you only want to spend more time on it, that's exactly what you want. For me, it's just not that.
And I get both sides. I love the cinematic, not cinematic, the setting the scene kind of writing until they've said the same thing in 3 different ways. And it's a bit of a... Sometimes that happens in RogueTrader. Not all the time.
Hi,
Frankie,
Idaho.
hello. Idaho, hello. Good to see you. Zeno says, I'll translate for Hemmy. It's so hard to DM because your players will jank a situation. That's also very true.
To be honest, I actually find the opposite. Every time running a thing, everyone is so familiar with the world of D&D and the world and how it works. It makes it hard for longer term players to think outside the box sometimes. Like, you put them in a room filled with matches and you go, find your way out. They all have the firebolt spell, but they go, actually, there's no enemies here. I couldn't use firebolt because there's no one to target. You go, it's a room full of flammable things. You can't do that, I promise. Please think for yourself. And that was my biggest frustration in running a D&D game, is I would set up puzzles and they'd go, well, there's nothing to hit. Well, yeah, it's a puzzle. You need to think. Yeah. You need to put yourself in the situation and imagine the tools you have at your disposal to solve that.
I think that's also just in the nature of D&D. D&D gives you a bunch of rules and says play within this, instead of giving you rules to match your story. But that's just how D&D works. Wayek asks a really interesting question, but sorry, I'll catch up again. I'm sorry. Frankie says, Hemmy, you're allowed to have an opinion even if you're wrong. That's correct.
That is a pretty good summation of the entirety of knowing me.
Yeah. And to be fair, Hemmy has a very different view because he's not a CRPG kind of person.
No.
So I think that's an interesting perspective for us. So I don't always agree with Hemmy, but we're still having a great time here.
Yeah.
Thanix, you just started Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and you like the extra axes of lawful and chaotic divide. I agree, Thanix, compared to just good and evil. I know what Larian was going for with removing the alignment chart from BG3, and I think that was in conjunction with Wizards of the Coast, because they're trying to remove the alignment, and especially like evil races specifically. But I think it ended up feeling weaker for it because it was still there narratively, but it wasn't as clear. It didn't feel clear. And I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but it felt lacking. And I think you're right, the extra lawful chaotic divide's quite fun. But Wayak asks, would you be more tolerant of walls of text if it was read to you? No. I mean, yes, but no. What was the game recently we were playing? that said the same damn thing in 3 different ways.
There's been a few of them.
There was something we were playing recently where I almost had to throw my hands up and be like, this is completely unnecessary.
I mean, Engage did that. Fire Emblem Engage.
Engage did that a little bit. Engage was just poor writing. In general. It was terrible.
Was it on stream? Was it the... Oh, it was the musical game.
No, that didn't do it.
Wasn't it?
No, the musical game was great. Very well written.
Then what? I don't know what you're talking about then.
I can't remember either. I'll see. Zangief, you're going to be running a one-shot with your friends! Zangief, it is going to be a system called Coyote and Crow that is indigenous people-centric.
Oh.
I'm shifting it to be more solar punk, but you're keeping the rules and the general vibe of violence usually being a poor option. That sounds fascinating, Zangief.
Interesting.
Really interesting. That's piqued Hemmy's interest as well.
Neil.
Wizards are trying to neuter D&D in many ways for the sake of being PG. And personally, I hate that they're changing things away from the term race. It's fantasy. We've had races for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that, but I think I'm in the middle on that, Freaky. Some of the things, I totally agree. Some races don't need to necessarily be evil all the time. But also I think you can go too far with things. But anyway, I won't get too into that. Thanix, you think Disco Elysium, before it was fully voiced, did quite well breaking up the text wall? It absolutely did. Disco Elysium I did have to put down before it was voiced. But it did a great job of breaking up the text wall.
Nom nom nom.
They aren't races, they're species. Okay, fair enough, Zenu. Freaky, gods, and elf and a dwarf, completely different races. It's not like white versus black, because we're all human. I think, that's where I think D&D gets really messy. Especially when you've got the concept of half elves and half orcs and whatnot. Because it makes you go, okay, so are these races like the same species or different species? And I think in that sense, maybe species is the correct term, but it still feels weird. We're so used to the term.
I think it depends
race.
on how you define those two terms in the context of evolutionary biology. Because if it's convergent evolution to a humanoid form that also happened to be breedable, then that's different than two different groups that came from the same evolutionary tree, but have separated into their own genuses. Anyway, that's a very boring topic. Hi, Infinity.
And it's sometimes you go, well, it doesn't even matter in a fantasy world, but then you go, well, where are the half-dwarves? And
why can't I have a half-dragonborn, half,
elf.
Whatever else?
Yeah. Hello, Infinity! How are you doing? Anyway, sorry, that was a very long rant. We've got a tiny little bit of XP to get before we level up. Last time we were accidentally involved in a funeral and nearly killed for it. Someone tried to incinerate us. They thought we were going to get the inheritance, and it turned out we did. And now they're dead. So
we're just moving on.
We're moving on.
Thanks for your mention or whatever we got.
Precisely. Thanix, younger you was so perplexed, but you understand it now. Oh, sorry, some of these problems flew over your head since it's not such a divisive topic in Thai culture. Thanix, totally understandable. It exists, just not as prominently. I totally understand that. I think also,
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Anyway.
Where?
Why is the other half always assumed to be human? Precisely, Zengi.
Is this the right save?
What do you mean, is this the right save?
The Xenos are back in the cage.
Oh!
We bought them. Those are ours.
Hold on a second.
Wait, what level are we? That'll help. Oh. Yeah, this is the right save. We're about to hit 17. What? Why are the Xenos back in the cage? Zenu, these are you people. Why'd you put them back in the cage?
good question. Hold on, let's go back and see. No, the pirates aren't there anymore.
I guess maybe there's more.
They're
Can we
very
buy these
dead.
ones too?
Yeah, maybe he just got new aliens. Weird.
You got new inventory?
Freaky says half-dwarves, etc. were removed several editions ago to streamline the system. Fascinating. So they were a thing. And that's... Oh, jeez. You're back. That's wonderful. Why are you still... Ah, there we go. Why are you still here? I
there we
already
go.
freed your exhibits.
Oh, him. Right. Indeed you did, but how long do you think it'll take me to catch some new ones?
Oh, jeez. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
What a shitty dude.
Yeah.
Thanix, that funeral quest ended up being a full-blown detective mystery in your run. So you're once again impressed at Owlcat having so many paths. That's really, really cool, Thanix. See, that's another thing I love about streaming games like this, is you get to hear about other people's experiences. I definitely felt that we went an
Is there
unusual
money to be
route
made?
because we got dragged away and nearly killed for trying to leave.
Despite not trying to
Despite not trying to leave, correct. I think we're finally done in this area. I think we head up and go to the Liege's Palace. Frankie says 3rd edition was the best system for making complex mixes. There was a race that was half halfling, half blink dog? Made via magic, not breeding on that one. Whew, goodness gracious. And see, again, I feel like it really waters down D&D's lore when every tiny little thing needs to have a rule to go with it, rather than just allowing story. So if they need to simplify their rules, they have to simplify the world, so on and so forth. I like D&D, but I don't think it's the cream of the crop in terms of tabletop systems. It's just easy to get into. You're out of here, Zenu. Good night. You need to write 80 scenes in 45 days. Good luck, Zenu. You're annoyed that video games do not write or code themselves. One day, perhaps, Zenu. Also, entire systems about making new half-breeds. Whoa, crazy, Freaky. But Pathfinder First was your personal fave. Fascinating.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Did it have custom systems for, like, custom races? Did I miss anything? I do apologize if I've missed anything in chat. I know we went on quite the little rant. I find it really fun to talk about.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Yeah, I really enjoy these kind of discussions. But I definitely know I can go on a bit of a rant.
What?
So I don't want to get too
What door
distracted.
did you go into? I didn't even see.
Oh, the Liege's Palace.
Oh, okay.
You're with me, right?
Yes, I am. I just
Okay.
suddenly wasn't where I was and got confused.
All good. Oh, here
whoa,
it is.
what a spin from my camera. Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
No,
My
mine.
camera spun around like 3 times in a row.
Goodness gracious. Oh, my
It's like
lord.
the old Batman, like... da-da-da-da-da.
Ta-da!
This guy looks like Discount Morpheus. Vladim Takara the Liege.
He looks like a Vladim.
My patience. You remember the way out? Dismissed.
Perfect. Oh, who's she?
Tall
She looks...
man in austere grey clothes makes a show of looking past the woman he's addressing. Wow.
She's in flute colors. I like her.
Morpheus the chauvinist. Very nice. Oh, I love her.
Oh. Hello.
Man, Jay looks good since we last saw him.
Right?
Wow. Hey, Jay, what are you doing later?
We have a friend called Jay. Sorry, Thanix said, on another note, have you heard of Mage the Ascension? You have not played it, but the system seems bonkers. It's so open-ended and you wonder how a DM can even run it. Fascinating. I've never heard of it, Thanix. I think the one I always go back to is a totally free open source system called Open Legends. And I still really want to play it, but, you know, when nobody knows about it, it's hard to get people together for that kind of thing. It also took a big break because the creator had a few issues going on. But it's all there. The rules are online. Little ideas for adventure modules. Really cool.
That's you, I guess.
Too sloppy. Understood, Zanu. Convince Hemmy to run, and you'll join, Freaky? Oh, maybe. There's also the issue with running games just as such a time sink. No.
Bye, Zenu. We'll see you.
See you, Zenu. Best of luck.
And yes, I did see the links you sent, Zangief. They're in Discord there if anyone else wants to have a look. I even opened the page and had a look through it. I'm always quite wary. Hold on. This requires me to come over here and take a look. So I spent the entirety of my elementary and high school tenure, I guess you could say, correcting every single teacher we had because I am Indigenous Canadian. Haida, specifically. And that means that any time the Canadian education system would go, oh yeah, we had red people before here before us, they loved us, and we just, we lived peacefully with them, and they were okay with us. And I had to go, whoa, hold on there. There was a lot of genocidal stuff that happened. That's not quite right. And I essentially had to teach the entire module for the teacher every year on the spot. And it was so annoying. So I'm always very hesitant about these kinds of things when I hear Indigenous base. And I go, oh, fuck me, what old white guy came up with this one? But I just had to look. It looks awesome.
Yeah?
I'm so intrigued by that. Ooh, that looks very, very cool. So very nice. I'm in on that.
That's very cool. I'm looking forward to having a look at that later, Zangief. Thanix, interesting. When you studied in Canada, genocide stuff was talked about quite a bit. Seems like they've gotten better.
Seems like they fixed it.
I think better is the phrase, but not quite fixed.
Oh, I hope that was as funny as it was meant to be. The white people fixed it. We made it better. Very good. Excellent. 10 out of 10. It was not written by an old white guy. No, I can tell. Just like looking through it, it all seems really, really well done. I love that, Zengi. Very cool.
Very neat. That's all right.
It seems like they fixed it, okay. As in like... Seems like the right. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Gotten better at the education, at least.
That makes more sense. Very good.
That's okay. All right.
You made me laugh, if nothing else, which I appreciate.
This is good. So Jay says, Vladim. What are thee put such harsh words into your mouth? You talk like you're an imperial clerk, not one of us.
Oh. The woman who is standing with her back to you lets out an ostentatious sigh, then her tone changes dramatically.
Where's my cargo, Vladim? Falco has it, doesn't he? So, that's how you do business with your old friends these days?
So you don't remember? Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out.
Oh my goodness. Can we help?
Hendari?
Haydari?
Haydari? Mm-hmm. Is this me? It looks like me.
I would say that's you.
Yeah. Hendari, move! The massive guard leans down to the woman and says in a lowered voice, Jay, get going well, he's letting you. Go drown your sorrows at the Amacicus, and thank your lucky stars you were able to walk out the door. You won't get the chance next time.
They seem to be on, like, pretty knowing terms.
Yeah, she seems
friendly.
A frequent flyer.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I did want to say, Thanix, it does seem like Canada's getting better. I found it very interesting because Canada and New Zealand actually work together quite a bit in regards to the native peoples and, you know, what's the term? Kind of dealing with a very bitter past with natives and trying to make things better. And I found it very interesting learning about Hemmy's side of things and the Canadian side of things, and kind of what his side of the family has said is New Zealand's almost like 100 years of progress ahead of Canada, but Canada is making progress.
We are roughly about 100 years behind New Zealand in terms of progress, which is quite sad, but also great for New Zealand. That's why I like it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good news going forward. You know, like progress is being made, and that's nice, but it hasn't been good for a long time.
No. And Zangief finally crafted poetry. I love it.
America's always had such a peaceful and respectful relationship with Native people and minorities. If anything was out of place, I'm sure you'd learn the truth in school.
Very good. Excellent.
Oof.
A fine wine. Shall get better with age.
Okay, Jay, first an insult, and now threats. I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity on Footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal.
You know what? She reminds me of that girl from Arcane, the lady councilwoman.
Oh, really?
Who dressed in gold face stuff. Face
Really?
paint. Yeah. Something about her. I don't know what.
Oh, she seems like the opposite of her.
Yeah?
Like the pirate version.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess she hasn't said anything piratey yet.
She looks piratey.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
She turns on her heel and heads towards the exit. As she passes you by, she gives you a quick glance once over, winks at you, and then immediately turns away with a flip of her jet black hair. Ooh.
Oh my
I think we're being
goodness.
seduced.
First she's in flute colors, and then she winks at me? Oh, ma'am. Don't mind if I do. Madara, I think that was her name, Thanex, yeah. Also, Arcane! Doesn't some Arcane stuff come out this year?
Mm-hmm. Does it?
I think I saw something, and
Help.
I tried not to look too
Someone
deeply
look up
into
if
it.
Arcane comes out soon.
I'm trying to avoid spoilers, though. So I saw, like, an article, and then immediately ignored it. This is you.
The tall man who has long since noticed your presence is studying you intently. Vladem Tokara, Liege of Footfall, let us please proceed to my office.
He's the Liege? I thought he was like the butler.
If you're quite finished, a spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby.
Okay, sweet. I mean, I'm glad he expected me. Certainly. Let's go.
Please follow me.
Woohoo! A season 2 announcement, Thanex. Woo! Though you do not recall if it was this year or next, where it clarifies 2024. Also, where? Sorry. Hello. It's been a little while. I hope you're doing all right.
I saw the clip from earlier, Wayak. Very good.
Oh, very good. So this year, but almost a year away. Gotcha, Thanex.
Right.
Okay. Still, exciting news.
While you're engaged with small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Takara. His expression is aloof and focused, his gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he's used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he's been studying you in turn this whole time.
This makes sense.
Vladimir straightens in his chair and says in a polite but completely indifferent tone, "Let's talk business." On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lady Von Valencius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intentions and willingness to cooperate.
Very good. I do find it very funny now that I know he's not the butler, but instead the liege, that this is his voice.
Well, I like how you said that straight to his face, too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! I thought you were the butler. Sorry, bro. I like the idea you came up and like wiped your hand on his jacket or something.
Just handed him my hat and coat.
Hung it on his head, yeah. Sorry, I mistook you for furniture, sir.
Oh dear. I mean, he shouldn't go around looking like that then, should he?
Also, we dinged.
We dinged. We
We only
absolutely
needed
did.
2 experience to get to the next level, and that's 77.
Marvelous. It sounds like something a rogue trader would do. It really does, doesn't it, Thanex?
Yeah.
It sounds very in-universe. Right. Well, thank you, Liege. A terrible loss for us all.
I hope that under your guidance, the dynasty can recover from this blow and attain even greater power. Oh dear. I am impressed by your prudence, your decision to arrive on Footfall incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status. It was quite wise. The rumors will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret something that's known to the thousands of people serving on a void ship. But for now, you are free to reap the benefits of anonymity. This guy's like a cross between a Redditor and Snape.
As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself.
What kind of crisis is what I want to know?
I was attacked. Right at the docks.
Right at the docks. What's up with that?
Who was that hot mate?
Yeah.
Hot piece of pirate.
I mean, I do want to know about that, but I want to know what's the situation in the region.
Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and friend worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces in the Coronis Expanse has departed for the sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There have been no word from them for a while now. Then again, with the distance and the current issues with astropaths, the word I definitely know, that is not entirely out of the ordinary.
Okay, so sorry, the core of the Imperium forces has departed for the sector's borders.
Yeah, and they haven't been heard back from.
Ah.
They went AWOL or dead.
Gotcha.
Need to mix in some Morpheus from the Matrix for the outfit, but he's dressed like Morpheus, but as the most opposite to Morpheus, he's a slim white guy. He couldn't be less Morpheus.
For the outfit.
I mean, I guess so. He, instead of Lawrence Fishburne, he'd be like Lawrence Beef Freeze. He's not quite the same thing. Anyway. Still, we are not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xenos attacks, we've received a report of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentary accounts lead me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Coronis Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. I know the name Astartes! I've seen that! No, I know that one!
You do?
Very
okay.
good.
Adeptus Astartes, commonly known as Space Marines. Oh, there we go.
Anyone who's seen the film made by that one guy, Astartes, so good.
Oh, really?
I cannot wait to show you this after.
Oh, okay. Where I do like that description, Mr. Freeze in Morpheus's outfit.
Yeah, it really
great.
does look like him. That's a great way of explaining it.
Yes, absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Frankie asks, about as un-Morpheus as the one from the new
Matrix movies? Yeah. Because the Matrix movies recast Lawrence Fishburne instead of having him as... I almost said Morpheus as Lawrence Fishburne. Other way around.
Okay, gotcha. I'm not gonna lie, I've watched The Matrix, I just don't remember anything about it.
Well, yeah.
So I apologize, that goes right over my head.
It's an old one at this point.
Yeah. Based 40k animation and it's fan-made, Freaky!
Yeah.
Wow!
It's truly some of the best animation I've ever seen. And it's made by one dude. It's full CGI, like cinematic theater quality, amazing, beautiful animation, choreography, everything.
Yeah.
And one dude made it.
That's
it's
incredible.
so good.
Very cool.
Please go look that up after you're done hanging out with us. It's so good.
Okay.
Did I read that?
You sure did. So,
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
also dealing with Xenos things. I wonder that surely that is related to the Drakari and cult attack in... What was the other place called? The first system we were in.
The Coronis Expanse is the big overarching one, as far as the
first system we entered. Right, the one with Rykad
Minoris.
Yes.
Is the planet.
Is the planet. Rykad. It's just the Rykad system.
Oh,
that
okay.
makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Wow, chat's on it. Good job, Freakhead. Freakhead? Fuck me. Freakhead.
Freaky and Thanix.
God damn it.
Okay, so that's very interesting. But he believes there are Space Marines around. Oh, I wonder if that's our tidbit for where we find our companion Space Marine.
Oh, I would love this.
That would be pretty cool.
Honestly, I'm calling dibs on the Space Marine.
Yeah?
I love the idea of bitch slapping someone so hard they become jelly.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, now I want to ask, who was the woman the Wardens threw out?
Vladim's expression hardens, and he makes a frustrated gesture. A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her Jay Hidari, a small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a sticky end.
See? A hustler. She fits the pirate vibe.
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh, succeeded. It's strange. A small-time hustler, even a particularly audacious one, wouldn't likely quarrel in public with a figure as important as the Liege of Footfall. What seems stranger still is that the Liege knows this small fry by name.
So there is more going on. She's irrelevant, he says.
She is irrelevant if you would cease speaking for me. Since I'm the one in control of the situation on Footfall, I can speak for myself and on behalf of all of its noteworthy residents.
I get the feeling I may have irked him.
First you assumed he was the coat hanger, and then you're taking his words.
Oh dear. Okay, well, look, I was attacked right at the docks. It was very unprofessional.
An outrageous stunt, a show of disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters, impossible to predict or preempt. They simply happen.
Except that there seems to be a lot of it.
I would argue a peacekeeping force, maybe some governance.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Any of the above.
Food. Anything.
Right, Frankie says at least that's the only name from there you can remember. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, no.
Oh my goodness.
Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say there is a difference between organized crime and gangs of thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter. The Anvers are a gang of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even their leader is more akin to an ideologue, a ramble-rouser who calls for people's heads, not a commander. Sooner or later, we will find him and have him strung up. That will likely cool his followers' enthusiasm.
Except that they've specifically been recruiting, being like, we're under no power, rise up every man for themselves.
Between him and our tub of lard, I'm convinced everyone's solution to everything in this world is just murder, on various scales.
I think that is, though. Nobody cares about human life.
Yeah.
We've been very explicitly told that.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that that is not the way to deal with things.
Frankie agrees.
Frankie, yes. Oh, awareness test.
Ooh, behind the carefully built... Oh.
Sorry.
I thought you just threw something.
No.
Behind the carefully built facade of composure, you sense anger. It appears that this man is not used to losing control, but that is exactly what is happening.
Grin at him. I can tell they've been a real pain for you. I bet you'd love to gut those jokers. Wow, goodness, suddenly went full chaotic. The negligence with which you do business is insulting for an individual of my stature. Oh, that's tempting.
Whoa.
But no, I tell you what, I would like to know more about the Anvers gang. Why have they not been dealt with yet?
Oh, yes, please do, Zangief. That would be
Zangief?
great. Zangief says he got to go to bed, but a good playthrough today. I will let you know how it goes when I do the one-shot. Might be a couple of weeks out. No problem. That sounds great.
Looking forward to it, Zangief. Best of luck. The only piece of advice I have is, however long you think it's going to be, prepare for your players to make it at least double that length.
Yes, yeah. And it's more important to have fun with it than adhere to everything in there.
Yeah.
You're learning. It's to have fun with. Good luck.
Good
I'm
luck.
sure you know most of this. Have fun.
Looking forward to hearing about it.
All right. Vladim Takara the Liege. He grits his teeth slightly before answering.
I've been using all my resources to delay the moment the station is hit by the famine. I haven't gotten around to the Anvers yet.
There's famine incoming?
As detrimental as they are, they're no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatter.
I don't think that's the case.
I think you're an impertinent wench.
Agree to disagree. I'm sorry for the loss of your assistant.
What?
Your words seem to perplex him for a moment, but his face remains cold.
Oh, that. Yet her death was a regrettable development.
Clearly an important part of his...
A really big part of his situation.
Yeah. Have there been any Xenos attacks on Footfall specifically?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. No, there haven't. Attacking footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board them would make for a decent fighting force. And that's not even to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's custom officials.
I love how he's totally aware of it, though.
Yes,
it really
that's my
wasn't
job.
well hidden. We saw it just walking through.
For us here, Xenos are more of a source of income than a threat.
Vladimir freezes, gauging your reaction.
Fascinating. Ooh, our iconoclast option. I do not approve of fear of xenotech. One must know and understand the enemy. I do like that.
I like how the iconoclast, like, the radical position you're taking of iconoclast is logic.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Some sensible, see both sides kind of thing. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Wait, what did you pick?
The iconoclast one.
Oh. On my screen, you hovered over the very top one and selected it.
Oh, no, I went back.
I'm convinced that your connections with Footfall will allow you to broaden your knowledge and understanding of Xenos considerably. I will see to it that your curiosity is satisfied in every way.
Oh, my.
Including Jay. I shall set up a blind date.
I don't think he cares about us and Jay, to be honest. Freaky xenotech can and does infect humans with badness. Ah, okay, so there is a legitimate reason to be somewhat worried about it.
Yeah, but so do iPhones, you know? You gotta click on a couple mobile ads before you get to the good stuff.
I see. You have to learn by doing it the wrong way first.
Yeah.
Then you watched our latest VOD. Iconoclast is mixed between good alignment and pragmatic. I think that, and you're saying Abelard does fit the latter while being a bit dogmatic. That makes sense. I
Yeah.
can follow that, yeah.
That makes sense.
No, that's just Chaos Xenos is less corruptive. But, I mean, if it is corruptive in any way, I do understand why there's concern.
Apple is the true enemy even beyond chaos.
Gotcha. Okay, what sort of patronage do you seek from me?
Protection. Not military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation on your way here. I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extends far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in from across the entire sector.
Oh.
Communication with the Calixis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have divided into the Maw in recent years, none have yet returned. The ship that came through the Maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. They were stuck in the 1970s. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space-time.
Goodness
That's
gracious.
crazy. At least it's only 2 decades. Like that's it's still not great.
No,
but
not
it
at
could have
all.
been 2 centuries.
Yeah.
You know?
But then I guess we wouldn't know about it, would we?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Officers from Port Wander. Where do we know where that is? Port Wander?
Not that I know of.
Officers from Port Wander, where you still have contacts from your days in the Navy, often talked about the whims of the Maw, the only route from the Imperium to the Coronis Expanse. Even so, Vladim's words are particularly alarming. It seems that something has had a profound impact on the Maw. Effect on the Maw, even.
I think that's the first time the game has acknowledged my background.
Yeah,
That's
hang
very
on, wait
cool.
a minute.
Hold on, you recognized I'm competent with experience.
Yeah.
I love that.
Not
Awesome.
Xenos. Who? I like the idea one day you go on the bridge and you go, "We're in space?
I'm the captain.
I thought that was a lifeboat."
Abelard is actually the character that keeps recommending people to listen to Adara. That's fair. He does trust her due to her invaluable skill under Theodora. Gotcha. So he's a little more reasonable. He just isn't a good manager.
Yeah.
That's fair. I see where you're coming from, Thanix. I can get behind that. Port Wander is another port on the other side of the Maw, warp storm opposite from Footfall. Gotcha. So is that the Imperium side of things?
Very good, Crimson. This is a nice, cozy little dinner for two people with excellent hearing.
That is genuinely something. You know all those like old-timey shows, you know, with wealthy families or whatever, and they come into this massive table and sit down on opposite ends from each other. I can't help but think, do they just shout constantly?
That's a great question.
There's no way you're having a nice, like, quiet dinner talking at a normal volume. You're kind of doing like, and how was your day, honey? Like...
To be honest, though, I mean, a lot of the places from back then, it feels like it wasn't, a lovey-dovey home.
No,
you're probably there
that's
to
very true.
eat and get the fuck out, so you don't have to talk to the person you were sold to politically or whatever.
Yeah, that's also true. They're probably just meeting up for dinner, stare at each other and go, yes, good day, and then go on with their lives.
Hello, my lord husband. Anyway.
Yeah. Servants carry messages back and forth on little trays. Do they actually?
That sounds adorable.
That is hilarious. Even if that's just a joke, that's very
I like
funny.
the idea you bring the note all the way there and it just says, salt, please. The servant comes back with a little note that says, on my way.
I think that would just be given to the servant, surely.
No, there's a protocol here.
Oh, I see. Danix, you think some fancy houses have room designed to reflect voice to the other end or something? I guess, but then you think that must be very noisy once there are more people in there.
I can verify. Being in the Vatican, you could hear a pin drop from the other side of any of those rooms.
Really?
So it is possible that's very intentional and by design. I'd never thought about it, but you could hear everything in those rooms.
That would be very clever. That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Just not something I expected or even thought about. Past the gravy. Gravy was important. Is important.
It's always important.
Yeah.
Did I read this one? I don't think so. I don't think I did.
Barely produce anything ourselves. Did you?
I don't think I did.
No, I don't think so.
And this brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station naturally has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall would be obliged to House von Valentius would they assist us by signing a contract for Uber Eats deliveries.
This is exactly what I want to ask. If there are other rogue traders around, surely I'm not the only one you've asked for help.
Yeah, right?
Naturally, I tried contacting other rogue traders, but I could not pass the capture sign-up. But the terms of House Corda would have bled Footfall dry, and as for the esteemed Caligos Winter Scale, instead of a food shipment from him, I received a transport. The Navicar, packed with refugees. I had to send them off to Foulstone. What a great sounding place.
Right.
So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. I suppose all those warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale. And so I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies.
I mean, this could be a great chance for us to start exerting our influence on Footfall.
I'll give you like a Domino's pizza.
So Footfall's cut off from all its shipments, the local gangs are running wild, and the local hustlers are throwing tantrums in your residence. Are you positive you're in control of the situation?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yes, but it's also very obvious he's not, and I don't really want to rile things up.
I think that might, okay, I don't think this is how the game will treat us. I think that'll put us into a better bargaining situation if we point out that not only do you have no choice, you're under if I don't accept this.
That's very true, and
I don't think that's how the game will handle it. I think that's what I'd be saying.
We can push it. We can definitely push it. Let's see.
Gotta go to sleep. Bye, Calix.
Oh,
Good luck with
Calix.
things tomorrow. I won't be there,
Yes.
but have fun.
Thank you so much for coming by. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm very excited. But thank you for being here. We'll see you later.
Our nacho cheese reserves are at an all-time low. We do not need a repeat of the Cool Ranch riots. Crimson, these are tales of a different time.
Those are luxuries you're talking about, Crimson.
I do
don't
kind
think
of
they
miss
can get
Cool
there.
Ranch Doritos.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, I don't have those here.
Oh,
Yeah, they're the best Doritos.
I see.
Anyhow, Vladim listens with a stony expression. You are very perceptive. Well, now you know what you're buying. The situation is difficult, but should you decide to offer your support, you'll forget about the existence of trading hubs other than Footfall, because you won't have more loyal friends anywhere else. I am the bestest of friends. We shall have movie nights and go shopping.
Somehow, I doubt that very much.
I shall text you the dankest of memes.
I'd rather not, actually. So,
My reaction to all of your texts shall be Squidward.
great. You know what? I need someone like that. What are the terms of this deal?
It's simple. Delivery of food shipment from your fertile... from your fertile worlds, Janus, I imagine. I'm quite familiar with that jewel of the Von Valencius Protectorate in exchange for fair payment.
Ooh.
I won't view this bracelet.
It is a sign of our friendship. Wow, the first dialogue choice is get on your knees and ask properly. Jeepers.
Wow.
The payment will be unfair as I will be robbing you blind. But you will remain in charge. Do we have a deal? Wow,
Honestly,
jeez.
no.
No? Very well, I'll help. I will help, but not out of a desire for profit. I have no interest in obtaining any favors.
I mean, I do want favors.
I do want favors, actually.
But then again, that gets us the same thing. I just worry that that is omitting us from any rewards.
Me too.
So,
No, I want
Yeah.
rewards. I definitely want this to be a mutually beneficial agreement.
yeah.
Very well.
I'd even lower the price a bit, but I still want something, you know?
Yeah, no, I will help you with food shipments, but I don't think that we're still going to be the only ones he's loyal to. There's too many things.
He's still
going
got
on.
Neo and Trinity and all the other Matrix characters. What?
I see.
Keanu Reeves is a gem!
I know he is.
Vladim takes a quick sip from his glass.
I am immensely obliged, your ladyship. Overjoyed, exuberant even.
I can tell. Your voice says everything.
Please silence. I assume you're going to need time to get the shipments up and running. I can wait. On my end, I promise you complete cooperation with your endeavor.
Great. I don't trust him in the slightest, but I am willing to help him. Don't forget Cypher, Frankie says, that duplicitous little...
Oh, he's great.
Who's Cypher?
He's one of... Did I call them hackers? He's one of the people that controls the computers that boot you into the Matrix. He also flies the ship once or twice, I think,
Oh, okay.
from memory. He's one of the people on the real world side.
Uh-huh.
He does go into the Matrix. He's just not one of the main protagonists. He's one of the crew of the... the Nebuchadnezzar, I think is the name of the ship, right?
Frankie's saying wrong person?
Wrong person? What do you mean?
He's from the first movie, and heel turns the pilot is someone else.
And heel turns the... Yes, the Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, I got that.
Okay. I'll trust. He's someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's definitely a character.
Gotcha. This is good to know. I can't say I could spell that word either, Frankie.
Sounds like it has some Z's in it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's an establishment not too far from here. They let people torture fake Xenos there. I wanted to stop. Ooh. I wonder how long that would last.
Yeah, right.
But I do want it to
mean,
stop.
that's kind of the nature of people here, but also you have enforcers around. They could stop that.
Sure, but the enforcers don't seem to be doing much about the Anvers. Yeah, I mean, I do want to see if he'll do that.
Vladim gives a curt nod.
It will be dealt with. We shall murder them.
Oh no, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. That carnival dude will just be thrown in prison
Just
somewhere.
as you've wished, we've murdered everyone in this vicinity.
So, where does one go to make a few deals here on the station? We have a fire staff to find. Oh!
Here, I am the main dealer on the station, and it would be disrespectful of me to suggest that you take your business to footfall traders of lesser importance. Still, you might take an interest in a few people of note. For example, Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso. This servant of the ecclesiarchy is rumored to purchase sacred relics from captains, and other traders don't seem keen on becoming his competitors.
Cool. I don't remember having a trade option with him, but good to know.
If you're looking for goods that can entertain you, find Octaviana at the establishment called the Adeptus Amasius. The AA. The chemical bliss that she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. We call it spicy nudes. Just don't ask her to pour you her signature drink. It's meant for common footfall rabble, not a discerning clientele.
Okay, good to know. Octaviana. That sounds like a previous character from Kingmaker. Octavia? Wait, was that her name?
Oh. Listen, I do numbers.
Help.
Someone help.
The pretty wizard girl. Yeah, that was her name. Okay, very good. I'm not going crazy. Thank you, Frankie. Let's get down to business. I'm interested in your wares. Can you give me service? Anyway, yes.
Are you done?
Perhaps.
I am at your service.
Oh,
You can expect the most generous of discounts, up to 3%.
Gotcha.
Imagine that shit. Oh, whoa, hey.
Ooh.
What, a single med kit?
I'll give you some band-aids.
I mean, I'll take medkits. 4 medkits.
Oh, is it 4? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was the cost. Oh, the cost is at the bottom right. Oh, I see. What the fuck is that? A stub revolver. Man. We get a gun, some drugs, and some medicine.
Orthlak pattern stub revolver. It's better damage than other like little.
I mean, we might
revolver
as well take
things.
it. It's not like we can't take
that's
it.
very true. We might as well, right?
Yeah. But it's just not quite what I was expecting.
No, and
Ooh, a
Furore.
telepath staff. Very good.
Oh.
A large med kit later on.
Any
A
fiery
Ducati
things?
clave. Sounds awesome.
It looks cool.
Yeah. Warp guide staff. That's a navigator thing.
That's a fusion gun.
Self-calibrating goggles. These are Usopp's.
Oh,
I remember
Where?
that.
goggles. Peripheral.
Heavy
No?
xenomesh looks amazing. God damn.
Oh, cool. Where are the goggles you were talking about? Oh, self-calibrating goggles. The wearer successful single attacks inflict stun on the target. Whoa,
There's
cool.
a lot of navigator staffs in here. The very bottom one is something called a red crystal staff. The first attacking navigator power each turn costs 1 AP less.
Cool. Neat. Thanix, you only know Wrath of the Righteous characters? That's okay. All good, all good.
The first use of an attacking navigator power per turn does not set the power on cooldown and does not count towards the attack limit per turn.
Oh, that's huge.
It's incredible.
Jeepers. Very nice. And the Dark Lance?
Crimson.
I can give you 1% off for every time my heart has beat in the last 8 days. So 2%. This is great. Very
A
good.
passionate love affair may boost that to 3.
Oh my goodness. There's a Laz weapon, Dark Lance, two-handed ranged. Oh my goodness, for so much damage.
Red crystal is Cassia's endgame staff. I mean, it sounds like it.
It sounds like
amazing.
it for sure.
God,
That is
I know
very
we
good.
haven't done much, but I'm
Yeah.
having so much fun.
I'm glad. Me too. Me
Voicing
too.
Squidward / Morpheus / Snape
I think
and
then,
seeing new gear.
Yeah,
That's where it's at.
I think we should maybe work on our reputation with this guy. It seems like he's got a lot of pretty cool stuff.
Can I be perfectly honest? I
Yeah.
would still prefer to focus on whoever sells the flame
Okay,
staff.
let's go look for that.
But if we can't find any on the station or anything, then yeah, totally on him.
Sure, sounds good. Oh, a hex rifle.
What's a hex rifle?
It looks like a sniper rifle,
Where?
but very cool. It's right at the top.
Right at the top.
But I need like 66 profit
Aha.
factor.
Wow. Is it a physical thing, like a you know, like a shoot.
Like a shoot.
You know what I mean? Like it shoots, you know.
Go on.
It shoots tinies. You know?
Tinies, Hemmy says while doing this.
Yeah, it shoots tinies.
Like a physical projectile.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It shoots tinies. What's it called?
I don't know. It's called an exotic weapon.
Solid projectile.
Solid projectile.
That's what it is.
That's the one.
Thank you.
Good job.
Whew. First try.
Thanix says, the red crystal is for a combat Cassia build. There are other options for a buffing build. Good to know, because I feel like we're making her more of a buffer.
Crimson, every single one of your comments makes me laugh.
It is very good.
Is it a bang bang, a pew pew, one of those rat-a-tat-tats?
Perfect.
Also, if you talk with Merchant, you can trade with all of them remotely from your ship.
Oh, that's amazing.
Great. That makes sense. We trade Vox numbers or signatures or faces or tooth numbers. I don't know.
Thank you. I'm going to be... Yes, we can level. I'm going to be perfectly honest. One of my greatest pet peeves in RPGs is traders who sell amazing weapons from like early areas that you encounter, and I never remember who sells what. I go, I'll come back for that, and I never do. Because I forget. Because it's hard. It's annoying to go around to every single area and every trader and re-look at all their wares every time and go, wait, did I have enough money for that? No. You have to talk with High Factotum. Oh, the big round boy with the big collar. Is that the one?
Holy shit. Invigorate is just a solid heal that I could give Hemmy.
Ooh.
It's just 2 times psi rating plus willpower bonus, which at 7 isn't bad.
That seems really good.
It's not great.
It's not
but
huge,
it's
but it's
like
a little something
9-10
you can throw
wounds.
out. Yeah. Is it 1 AP instead of
It's just
strong
something to do every turn and spend an AP on.
Yeah. Neat. That sounds great.
That sounds so good.
Yeah. Is the regen one in there?
That's a prerequisite for it, actually, which is why I was looking at it in the first place.
Perfect,
Because
right?
honestly, there's not much else I could take that's of any use to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Any fire stuff?
No, all the fire stuff is locked behind prerequisites or things I already have or things that don't matter. Like, the target does not stop burning and no longer makes tests to stop burning. Fine. But I'm kind of just setting them on fire every turn now anyway. That's the only thing I do. I don't really care.
Isn't there like Molten Beam or something? What
There
does that
is,
require?
but it's locked behind psi rating 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, all the good ones are.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So...
Which is why I haven't even considered them in so long.
Okay, I thought maybe if they were locked behind an ability, you should look at that ability. But if it's just psi rating 2...
That's what I've been planning for Generate. But for right now, I don't think I can do very much more.
Yeah, okay. The heal sounds great.
It's not bad, eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's not combat action like mid-kit? What? Sorry, what do you mean, Fenix?
So that means I can... It's not like an attack. I can do it as much as I want. I can do it every turn.
What? I get that, but what's the difference between a combat action and not?
I think a combat action is like an attack, so you can only do 1 per turn.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, that
could
would
be
make
wrong.
sense.
I think that's what Thanix is saying. That's what I'm assuming it means.
At first I thought you meant in combat, but then once combat ends we heal to full anyway, so I was like, that doesn't make much sense.
I think I'm going to take it, because even if I don't use it, more options is good. Because if I want to give up the sucky suck stick, then I need something to, you know...
I agree, I think that
It also,
sounds like
if
a
I
great
put them to
option.
full health, it gets rid of all debuffs.
Oh, neat!
Yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. Thanix and Freaky, thank you. You believe Hemmy is correct. Counts as an attack, thus preventing you from using an attack.
Yeah. Because you get 1 combat thing per turn, right?
Gotcha. Okay. Or at least preventing you from using it again within the same turn. So I've got a few interesting options. Inspire, the target gains +1 damage. hold on, inspire is 1 AP to a friendly creature. They gain +1 damage, +1 additional damage for every 10 stacks of tactical advantage the tactician has, but tactician loses half of their tactical advantage stacks. So we essentially give them our buff instead of us. If the target uses a heroic act before the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn, they gain a bunch of momentum. Linchpin. The target ally or the Master Tactician gains +1 resolve for every 5 stacks of tactical advantage the Master Tactician has, but Master Tactician loses half of their stacks, rounded up. This effect stacks and lasts until the end of combat. I mean, that's very good. That does seem very good. Until the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn, Master Tactician gains stacks of tactical advantage equal to Fellowship, in my case intelligence bonus, of all momentum the target gains. Okay. My brain isn't big enough to hash over that one. Hold on, it is. 20 plus 3 times 4, so 12, so that's 32% of all momentum the target gains, which isn't much, in all honesty. Strong point, the target gains +2 temporary wounds and +2 temporary HP and +1 additional HP for every 2 stacks of tactical advantage. Again, all of these cost 1 AP, which kind of sucks. Danix, you're absolutely right, but I don't think Hemmy's going for the melee options anymore.
Yeah, it hasn't really been... What's the word? Practical? What's the word I'm looking for?
Or desirable.
Viable.
You don't seem
with what we
particularly
have.
enthused about the whole thing.
Yeah. I like setting people on fire.
Yeah.
This
Not
is what
so
I
much
do.
yourself,
Nah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I just... it's more fun to do it to other people. I don't mind if it happens to me as a side effect, but they are the ones I want to set on fire.
Gotcha.
I am spicy enough as is.
Crimson, it's a lot to take in, but BG3 was the real big brain game. What makes you say that, Crimson? I think, again, I had a very different perspective on BG3, because I'd not only kept up with the entire development cycle, I was also very familiar with the D&D rule set. So there wasn't much of a learning process that I had to deal with going into BG3.
Yeah, also as someone who was not super familiar, but more familiar with...
Oh,
right.
the real big brain. I mean,
Yeah,
you're very right, Crimson. Very literally, it was the big brain game.
You are correct. God damn it, I can't believe I didn't think about that.
Right, me
My brain
too.
is too smooth.
Too smooth.
I have looked over every single ability Adira could take, and I don't like any of them. It's all stuff that costs an action point for things I feel like should be passives.
I'm also like weird about that. Oh, there's a 0 AP one. Tactician gains suffers direct damage equal to 20% of their maximum wounds. Gains Master Tactician's resolve stacks of tactical advantage. Resets the cooldown of Linchpin Inspire. Meh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Freaky, which if you look into the lore, that transformation is foreshadowed in Act 2. In BG3 or in this game? In-game lore items and books. Gotcha. I'm assuming you mean BG3 then. Let's finish the job. Can only be used on enemies with the unfinished business effect? Is that something one of these does?
Interesting.
So what did you go for?
I went for hot on the trailer. Trailer? God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
I know speak good.
Oh.
Hot on the trail, which means that anytime I designate an enemy in a 10-cell radius as trailed, and an ally kills it, I get an extra turn with full AP and NP, with more AP and MP, and everyone does more damage to the enemy I'm trying to get them to kill.
Whoa. That's kind of sick.
Or sorry, not more damage, more hit chance. Sorry,
Okay.
that's what I meant to say.
That's really cool.
That's not bad, eh?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Very neat. Okay. I still need to go through mine. What was strong point? additional temporary wounds for every 2 stacks of tactical advantage the Master Tactician has, but they lose half at the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn whenever the target loses temporary hit points from damage. The target gains momentum equal to the number of hit points lost. I'm not loving these abilities, I must say.
Yeah?
No.
Oh.
Let's see, assign objective. The Master Tactician marks an enemy if that enemy is killed by one of the Master Tactician's allies before the beginning of the Master Tactician's next turn. That ally gains additional momentum and +5 to all characteristics until the end of combat. I love that. There we go. Easy. That's more what I'm looking for.
You got a lot of people to level up, eh? Oh!
I do, yes.
I have an iced coffee.
Oh, you
I'll be back.
do? Okay. Very good. No, I'm okay, thank you. Oh, thank you, Hemmy. And sorry, Frankie, I can't remember if I read that or just... Sorry, if I just saw it or actually said something, but you clarified that was in BG3. Gotcha. So, the transformation of us? Whose transformation are you talking about?
Some of the protagonists, like right at the end.
But you don't have to transform.
No, but most people do, I think.
I guess so. The brain. What was the brain's transformation?
It got a glow up.
It did get quite a glow up.
I don't know.
Alrighty, Abelard. Defensive stance sounds like something I am very into. The Vanguard gains +10 + 2 times number of unyielding beacon stacks. And unyielding beacon is this one. Percent parry until the next turn. Whenever the Vanguard parries an enemy's attack, they immediately make it an attack of opportunity. Ooh, love that. But it is 2 AP.
Oh, I'm Abelard. I'm a slicey boy. Doing slicey things.
Oh, Elder Brain to Nether Brain. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I realized that that was a transformation it made.
No, I thought those were like alternate titles for the same thing.
Yeah, gotcha.
Oh yeah, it was a Nether Brain because it got the Netherese crown thing.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't realize that constituted a transformation.
That makes sense, though.
Every time I change clothes, do I transform?
Okay, gotcha. Thank you for clarifying that, guys. Neat.
It makes sense. What you said absolutely makes sense. It's just not the first way I would think about it.
I don't think I cognitively, made that connection. I just saw Brain get a power-up and went, oh no.
It made the little Mario mushroom, big up sound.
It was infused with Netherese power and mutated. Gotcha. Yeah, I just assumed it was like a power-up, ooh, fancy item, do-do-do-do. But that makes sense. Crimson makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
Gale with Crown is cool. I wanted to do Gale with Crown.
We still have to play through again. We have an evil playthrough going. We've just got so many other things that we like doing that it's fallen by the wayside because we have so many games to play and so much we're enjoying right now. Mm-hmm. It's a good time to be, but it means we can't always get to everything.
Yeah.
I'm showing Flewt iRobot right now. We started that today. The movie with Will Smith. Very good. What?
What? Why are you rocking?
I'm not.
We just saw your hip coming into frame every few seconds.
My butt's sore. I'm standing while I sip my icy coffee, which is real good,
That's
and I
very
appreciate.
Sensible. This is good. Get
You
the
wanna try some?
blood flowing.
It's really good.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I might have warmed it up a bit.
No.
Yeah.
You don't want any ice in there?
Oh, what a great idea.
Frankie, good movie. So I've heard. I'm enjoying it so far. Okay, I'm finding it very interesting that all of these abilities are very 1 AP activatable kind of things. Which, I mean, I guess the other ones were too, but I don't remember them being as difficult to fit in.
I'm just worried by by level 25, 30, we're going to have so many tiny abilities that do next to nothing to keep track of.
That's probably true.
I mean, I'm already starting to forget things.
That's why you need to organize your hotbar.
I do. I organize it by time it was put on my hotbar. From earliest to latest. Yep.
I think that's called the game putting it on your hotbar.
We're working together. It's a cooperative process.
Okay, the Vanguard and all their allies in a 3-cell radius around them gain hit points. All affected allies gain 50% less damage from the next attack. The effect lasts until the start of the Vanguard's next turn. It's kind of like Brace for Impact, but better. I like that. It is 2 AP, though. A 3-cell radius around them is not huge, but it is better than Brace for Impact. Defensive stance is good against a bunch of trash mobs in melee, but it does cost 2 AP, so you don't always get to pull it off. That makes sense, then. It does sound really cool. I'm just thinking of the AP cost and like when I'm actually going to think about activating it and when it's going to be beneficial. Freaky, the problem will only happen if you try to get lots of abilities that don't work together in one build. This makes sense. I like the sound of Wall of Rockcrete so far. Bulwark. Until the start of their next turn, the Vanguard gains damage deflection against ranged attacks equal to the number of stacks of Unyielding Beacon.
Sounds pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, what does damage deflection mean? Deflection determines the amount of damage deducted whenever an enemy hits a character. Oh, okay. Less exciting. Additionally, the Vanguard becomes immune to push and forced movement effects until their next turn. Not bad, not bad. Freaky, you like Wall of Rockcrete? I like the sound of it. Just a very standard defensive maneuver. I like. We've definitely been in situations where that would be beneficial. Provocation. The Vanguard forces an enemy in their melee range to immediately attack the Vanguard. All of the Vanguard's allies who are wielding melee weapons and adjacent to the enemy make attacks of opportunity against that enemy. Suffers fellowship bonus. More damage from these attacks of opportunity, which is not much. And has a penalty to dodge and parry. Kinda neat if we had more melee characters. Forced Distraction has quite the artwork. Vanguard chooses an ally. All enemies in a 3-cell radius around the ally must make a willpower resistance test. Pardon me. If a failed test, the Vanguard becomes their priority target. Oh, so you it's almost an aggro redirect. Gotcha. Follow my lead until the start of their next turn. The Vanguard gains damage and armor penetration against enemies within a 2-cell radius. Additionally, when the ability is cast, all allies in a 2-cell radius gain the following ability until the start of the Vanguard's next turn. I really like the sound of that. Character can move to any cell adjacent to the Vanguard without provoking attacks of opportunity. Neat. I love that. I think, for now, I'm going to get Wall of Rockcrete. Taunt around an ally. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Freaky. For now, I'm going to get this, and then I'll probably get Follow My Lead. I like the sound of those two. Oh my goodness, and now we have a talent to choose. Oh dear, oh me, oh my. Okay. Heck. And of course, I can't see which ones I've starred before, and I...
Did you just say you're out of time to choose?
No?
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm not here.
What was I going for Abelard? Things that make him tankier. I think... Did we take Nimble? We did. Additional dodge bonus. Power weapons we're not really going with. It will not die. Could be good for him. Wounds... Increases wounds by half.
Those are my thoughts on him, actually.
Sorry?
Those are my thoughts on Abelard. He won't die.
Precisely.
It's more of a narrative challenge, though.
Plasma bolter, heavy armor. Here's a question. Would heavy armor be a good one to get for Abelard?
Sounds like it. I mean, we don't have anyone else using it right now, do we?
No.
Sounds like it's a pretty good fit then. Match made in heaven.
It does, rather. Like, there are things I could get. Heavy armor for a tank is smart. Okay, sure. Thanix, you used it in your game? Alright, I would like to have someone who can wear heavy armor, and he seems like the candidate for it.
I do like doing that in RPGs, making sure that, you know, I'm not wasting one armor type because no one wears it.
Me too. Okay, allows the wearing of heavy armor. Sweet. I'll take it. I'm happy with that. I find it really interesting that the different archetypes get additional bonuses at different points. Oh, Cassia, let's see what you're doing, my girl. Grand strategist. Oh my good lord. But this is an ability opportunity, so we're not really going for the strategist abilities. That'll be more of a Pascal thing when we get him back. What I do want is Point of Curiosity. All enemies in a 6-cell radius around the target point must pass a will power resistance test or immediately move 3 cells towards that point. The targets move even if stunned or immobilized. That's exactly what I'm after. The other one I was quite keen on was Touch of Anger. All enemies in a 1-cell radius around the target. Only 1 cell? Around a target point must pass a willpower resistance test. Those who fail immediately gain an extra turn where they attack their allies. I do quite like that. Thanix, the only one you caution against is power armor, since those are really late game with very few of them. So sometimes you might not even get it for a specific character. Gotcha. Really appreciate the heads up on that, Thanix. Very good. There's so many cool abilities she has. What else did I really like? Glimpse of Fate, target gains, Navigator's willpower bonus, increased hit chance, dodge, and resistance. But only for the next of each of those. Mend Reality, decreases veil degradation, was pretty cool. But I think Point of Curiosity for sure. That's what I've been working towards, at least. What I'm excited for. Now she can do AoE nonsense. Move people around, do damage, the whole
Because that's what she was suffering from, no AoE.
Yeah, but you know how I had my
She's taking my things.
Well, no, she's trying to make things easier for you, so I can move everyone closer together so you can burn them all.
Yeah.
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 Just because I do some damage while moving them.
Yeah, more burning is more good.
Yeah, exactly.
I accept.
Very good. Now, Argenta. I was going to say, Argenta's the same as Shiloh. This will be easy, but she no longer is. She is Arc Militant, so let's see what she's got. This looks like a melee thing. The Arc Militant's next attack, if it hits, will cause all targets to make a toughness resistance test. If failed, the targets suffer a negative effect based on the attack's damage type. Jeebus. Impact damage knocks target prone for 1 round. Piercing and rending damage inflict bleeding. I don't really know what damage we're doing. I think the shotgun does impact. So that seems pretty good, but it's another 1 AP ability for her. Crimson, Hieromonious. Degrading the veil's pretty cool, is it? Well, technically, Crimson, it's reducing veil degradation. So it's actually... You know what? I feel like I'm going to dig myself a hole with that. I'm going to leave it. Wildfire, Frankie. You need Wildfire. Oh, really? What's Wildfire? 3 AP? The Arc Militant's next attack will cost 0 AP, will not count towards the attack limit this turn, and will grant a stack of versatility. What was versatility? Oh, the Arc Militant thing. Even if the attack type is the same as the last attack type, the cost for this ability is reduced by -1 for every 4 stacks of versatility. Okay, that is kind of cool. That's very cool. Now, how do we get stacks of versatility? Every time we use an attack that's a different type. Sounds neat. I'm very willing to give that a shot, especially with the cost of it reducing consistently. That's awesome. Okay, I'm willing to take that recommendation. Regrading the veil. Sure, yeah, something like that. Awesome. And what did you take on Hemmy?
I took an ability which does a thing, and I would love to tell you.
Heal, right?
There we go.
Invigorate. Restores 9 wounds.
I got a heal. Can I do it? Holy shit, I can get rid of wounds!
Oh, you can?
I fucking can.
Yee! Can you get rid of my injury?
I'm gonna try. It's on cooldown.
Oh, I see. Very
How
good.
do I make it off cooldown?
This is a good question. Wounds or traumas? Does it restore traumas?
Oh shit, I can just do it again.
Marvelous.
Holy shit!
That's awesome.
It so removes all stunned, bleeding, fatigued, blinded, immobilized, staggered, and fresh injury effects from the target.
Okay.
Does that include traumas?
No, Reiki was asking
Oh, that was
a
a question. No, I don't think it does, because it doesn't specify, but it does specify fresh injuries. So getting rid of the fresh injuries is pretty fucking good.
That's great.
Wow, I didn't think I'd be the healer.
Yeah, that's really
I'm very
cool.
happy to be. Don't all weapons get rid of wounds? Eventually.
Sure.
It's a chrysalis effect where you turn into mincemeat.
If you're dead, are you wounded? Probably.
If you're wounded enough, you're no longer in trouble.
I suppose so. Alrighty, I'm saving there. Saves a medkit for sure, Reiki, for sure.
I mean, locked cauterize. Yeah, basically. I like it.
Well, that's exactly the idea I was going for with Hemmy also having biomancy. Is kind of like using fire to help as well
Yeah, I like it.
as hinder.
Did you just
your
walk
wits
back into
about
this
you.
dude's office, go, I'm lost, and leave?
No? Depends.
Oh, hey, what are you doing here?
Victus, what?
Oh, is she just coming over the
I think
comm?
she's coming over the box.
Lord Captain, I'm pleased to report that the inspections have been completed. All identified system failures have been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart Footfall. The crew is waiting for your further instructions, and there are also a number of issues that need to be addressed.
Sure there are.
I'm sure there are, and Abelard's been handling them with great delicacy. Meet with the officers on the ship's
I
bridge.
always
I've
have
got
a
a lot
backup
of
plan.
things I want to do before going back. I want to go find Jay.
Yeah.
She seemed cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
She seemed recruitable.
she sure did.
Now where do we start looking for her?
She
You, sir,
thought she was going
patron,
to
where
be
do
just
pretty
outside.
people live?
Oh yeah, who's this Bastion Corner?
Oh. A well-groomed young man calls out to you. He is clean-shaven and dressed in clothes that are expensive but unshowy, with a bright aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Noble lady, a minute of your time, if you please. I am Bastion in Dharma Durema Bestel Corda, a youngest cousin of House Corda, convoy of Incendia Bastal Corda, rogue trader of the Coronis Expanse by the grace of the most holy emperor. And you must be an envoy of Theodora von Valentius. I noticed that you arrived on the esteemed lady's ship.
Oh, rogue trader nonsense.
Cordia, They are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Coronis Expanse, but not on Footfall. This station is under the core control of House Winterscale. Something tells me that we are about to hear a most curious offer,
Says Abelard under his breath. Oh, under his breath, so that only you can hear him.
Yeah, that's all right. He
Well, you gotta say that first. I can't.
muttered very sternly under his breath.
Yeah.
Let's say, I think we should reveal the truth.
I think we should stay kind of neutral with it.
Really?
Yeah.
See what the proposition is?
Yeah.
But then if we do that and then we like the proposition, we have to reveal the truth anyway.
Yeah, but if it's a
Does it-
trap, that means we haven't revealed it, and we can still reveal it later. If he goes, oh, rogue traders, am I right? Anyway, we're gonna go kill her. If you could just pass a message to me right here.
What if we go, what did you wish to speak to me about?
Yeah.
That's a nice neutral
Yeah.
middle ground.
A matter of utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. Vladimir almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of shipments to Footfall. The Von Valentius Protectorate is famed for the abundance of its main agri-world, Yanis. It would be odd for him not to seize on such an opportunity when Footfall is on the verge of famine.
Okay, and this seems reasonable, so... Oh.
However, we hate poor people. The Corda dynasty pursues its own interests on Footfall. We've already announced our terms to the Liege, but he's, stalling? I imagine in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Corda dynasty believes, Bastion smiles and gives a slight shrug, that cooperation would be preferable for both rogue trader houses. If you refuse Vladim, thereby forcing him to agree to deal with us, the Gorda dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other prerequisites. And everyone benefits, man.
I don't think I like the sound of this.
That's you.
That's me. Oh my goodness. The Emperor's most loyal servant should be more concerned with carrying his will to the stars and less divvying up profits among themselves.
Yeah.
Agenda says disapprovingly, but quietly enough so as not to interrupt the negotiations, especially when the well-being of one of the Imperial worlds is at stake, even one such as Footfall. Behind your smile, Master Bastion, teal shadows swirl. Others may not see them, but your worries cannot escape my eye. What are you afraid of? Your house's wrath, should these negotiations prove fruitless? Or the wrath of House von Valencias? Ooh, I wanted the answer to that question.
Adira, who was yawning in boredom a moment ago, flinches and clutches her face with her fingernails digging into her skin. They're coming again! Brothers of the ones who came before! I just don't get it. Do they all have a death wish?
Yeah, draw your weapon. I appreciate the warning, Adira.
Cassia interned as a turret in Portal 2 before scoring this role. Yeah, basically.
Correct, Crimson.
What?
Well,
Bastion stares at you in surprise, then turns around.
Cassia doesn't seem to have had much social interaction
No.
in her life.
No. Ooh.
Ooh, oh, the camera's going for a ride.
Death to the Offworlders! The All
We
right.
have a real bad habit of getting people shot in the back.
All we have to do is have someone talk to us for long enough and they'll eventually be shot in the head.
Holy shit, it's everyone.
God damn. Bring it, bitch!
My goodness.
I got fire!
I mean, we do have a lot of very cool abilities. There's not many high health guys. There's the one in the back, twice dead Lanny. Otherwise,
Dead Lanny. Wow.
otherwise, I think they're very dealable. Yeah, we should be fine. But I do think a little bit of cover would not go amiss. Where's Shiloh?
There's not a lot of it.
There really isn't. I'm gonna put Shiloh back
Oh,
here.
at least you can reach there. I can't reach behind anything.
Oh, really?
I have to kind of cuddle up to the stairs here.
Gotcha. Gonna move her forward. Cuddled up to the stairs, I think, is not a bad idea. Where's
Shot in the
Abelard?
spinal cord. Yeah.
Freaky reminds you of one of the latest patch notes. NPCs were taken aside and a word was had. They shall no longer shoot you in the back with burst fire. That's right. We were told that there has been a good patch. And we were also recommended not to read them too thoroughly as there were spoilers in there. But very cool to hear that there's been a good patch with that kind of requested feedback in it. All right, let's start.
I'm ready to go too.
Very good. Oh, it's Cassie up first. Very good. Out of your psychers, who would you like buffed first?
I don't know. Hemmy, I guess, so we can start setting people on fire.
This sounds good. Where are you, Hemmy? There you are.
Or,
Oh, too late.
That's good. That's fine.
Decisions have been made.
I appreciate.
And now I give you voice of command.
Ooh, I feel bossed.
Oh, you should. Oh, I can't reach you. Never mind.
Maybe Adira?
You aren't in commanding range. Where is Idara?
She's on the left. Over here.
Aha! I think she's also just out of range.
Oh.
So I'm gonna give it to Shiloh, actually. Oh, she's also out of range. Okay. Argenta, you just happen to be lucky here.
Not a servitor.
Oh, and now, let's see. We've got Point of Curiosity. What kind of range can I get on this? Oh my goodness. A decent bit. But it's not gonna... She can't see everyone in that direction. Oh, I could just bring everyone in the front together a little bit. But it would probably also kill them. It's probably worth doing. Anyone that isn't killed by this, I think you can deal with.
I can try.
Yeah. Oh, very
Oh,
good.
that was great.
Oh, and I can still do Notch of Purpose. That's nice. What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. It just the title of it feels weird. Like may your notches be purposed. I don't know what the fuck that means. Notch of purpose.
It's like a point of purpose. We're placing a little notch on the ground to move towards. That moan sounded like the dude agrees was great. I agree, Freaky. I mean, you know, sometimes you just have to force people to stretch their legs. Freaky, a lot of them, yeah, but the top of the patch notes were spoiler-free fixes and improvements. That's very good. That's very good.
That's what you like to hear.
Yeah,
That's the way to
exactly.
write them.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the backline over here with Cassia, although this is consistently the worst one to try to target. Like, why, when I've got it on her, like this, why not just give it this shape? Why does it consistently change? It's very
Just
annoying.
to confuse.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Like this. And the rear, I would like to give to Shiloh. There we go.
Shiloh,
Nice.
you're being invited to the rear.
Shiloh's used to it.
Well,
Now, can I successfully use Notch of Purpose on someone worth using it on? Possibly not. Let's try it over here. I'm not sure who we're going to get with it, but... Oh! A few of them. Okay, perfect. That'll do.
very nice.
Oh,
Argenta.
Argenta. I'd quite
Go
like
shotgun something.
Yeah. I think
I mean,
I'm gonna...
if she could deal with those three on the left,
That's what I'm thinking. She's got a pretty decent chance to do some work in there. I could even use Wildfire.
that's my thing.
It's your thing. Oh,
I do fires.
you do fires. I'm
My
not.
gerbs.
I'm not doing fires though.
Goddamn battle sister taking our gerbs.
I'm just doing a lot of weapon fire.
Why can't they battle back where they came from?
Oh dear. Its location is related to the user. It really needs the ability to rotate manually. I agree, Freaky. And then...
What was that camera zoom in game? Look at this.
Oh, wow. Hemmy is zoomed
Give me
into
a stroke.
flickering coil. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, that's the stuff.
Good job.
Now, why can I not shoot again?
Because you haven't used running gun?
But I thought the whole point of Wildfire was to make the next attack not count towards the attack limit.
Do you not have enough AP? You only have 1 AP left.
Oh, shotgun is 2 AP. Okay, gotcha. That'll be it.
Aha! I'm
You
paying
think-
attention.
You sure are. Run and gun is better than Wildfire until versatility begins to stack. This makes sense, Thanix. That's all good. I'm learning. Ah! Argenta!
It sounded a lot like she didn't mean that to happen. Oh shit, it went off!
Without deeds is worthless.
How you consistently...
And everyone went, oh, Argenta, tough luck, you missed. And she went, yes, missed. Definitely. She's now holding it out in front of her with 2 fingers.
Oh, she's just consistently the worst aim. Oh!
God
Wow!
damn. Fuck you in particular, sir.
Yeah, for
Do
real.
I have high ground range?
No, I don't think that
God damn,
is
I don't have
anything.
any range. Wow,
No.
I genuinely can't target anyone. Wait, what?
I think because you're behind a big statue up there.
Yeah, but I can't even hit these guys. Oh, I can.
front?
Only these guys, though.
Ah.
Really? But I need to target those with Hemmy. I need his chain lightning.
You can move. You do have a full lot of movement points.
Do you want me to take care of that one in front of Argenta, or just deal with the rest?
I mean, the one in front of Argenta would be good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can totally do that.
I think that would be nice.
Okie dokie.
Frankie, in a few levels, you can get Wildfire to be free by round 2 without any penalty. That sounds awesome.
Okay.
Very
good deal.
neat. I will keep an eye out for being able to do that.
Hunt down the prey.
Yes.
Goes on him.
The hunts, the analyzers.
And then I analyze him.
Yep. So that he's been pointed at real good.
Yup. I analyze how good I pointed at him. And then who wants some forewarning?
I think, probably Cassia?
Cassia, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, can I give it to myself? I don't feel too good.
Idera's still stuck with forewarning. She's had it for a while.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
All right, Cassia, look out. A lion right next to you.
Gotcha.
Very good. And then I scream at the boy.
Oh my goodness!
2 health?
Wow.
2?
What a rude.
You know what? Fuck you, man.
I mean, the aftershock will get him.
Target is too far. What do you mean?
For what?
For a super hot trail.
A super hot trail.
It's hot.
What is a hot trail?
It's hot.
Uh-huh.
It's the one I described last time. It's that if I mark a target and someone else kills it, I get another turn.
Oh, right.
But it has to be real close.
Oh.
It's really close.
In a 10-cell radius? Oh, he's just outside of it. Yeah, it's a smaller radius, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, well, that's it.
Oh, well, good to know.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Shallow.
Shallow.
Could you
So-
do me a favor?
Yeah.
And try sniping the really big dude at the back, because if I use the heroic chain lightning, I can get rid of every single one of these tiny boys.
Very good. I cannot see him.
Oh,
So
this may be a problem.
maybe I need to move across to the other side because he could clearly see Adara.
Yes.
So let's try going
I don't really know how,
No, me neither.
but
This side. And then
yeah, that
use
doesn't
him-
make any fucking sense actually looking at it.
Right?
He could see Hemmy, sure, but Adira should not have been visible.
No.
Whatever.
I can't even see him from there. Psychic Scream is very long range, especially since you're pretty sure Hemmy got the range extension. He did.
I did. I got the pills that make it longer.
Yeah, the Scream is very good, Frankie. That is when it becomes amazing, but Wildfire is a prereq for the 2 needed talents. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I cannot see him, even from Adara's position.
What the fuck?
So, let's see.
What about in front of that statue instead?
Like if I moved in front of the statue?
No, the statue that Adira was hiding beside. If you go in front of that statue instead of where Adira was, or is that not a good idea?
It's not the
Oh, sorry, both
greatest.
those spaces are occupied.
I
Okay.
still can't see him,
Really?
even from in front.
Wild.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
but I could move down, perhaps, and then I can see him.
You went down,
Ooh.
down, and the flames went higher. And it burns,
Let's make
burns.
some opportunities.
Okay, so I'm moving in, I'm using my press the advantage, and assign objective marks an enemy. If that enemy is killed by an ally, that ally gains momentum, yada yada yada. Okay, except I'm probably going to be running and gunning, so I don't think I've got the AP for that. Still, let's give this a shot. 95% is certainly better than I thought it was.
taste of
Whoa.
what's to
Did you
come.
hit him? It moved away too fast for me to see.
Yeah,
you did.
I
For a
did.
very good amount of damage.
Woohoo!
That's a third of his health.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think that was a crit.
Yeah, very
It
good.
sure was. All right, let's try that again.
Do it again.
Do it again. All right, come here twice,
Do you
dead.
do the awkward crab? Yeah, you do.
I do, yeah. I step out. Oh, I critted him again.
Very good.
Whoa.
36 health. He's one of the
Wonderful.
tiny ones now.
Yeah, he is. He's only got 36 health left.
Easy, bud.
Marvelous. Easy peasy, bud. I'm going to use Brace for Impact just to keep me and Cassia safe. And that's the turn. Anver Specialist.
Oh,
What
yes.
does that
Group up
mean?
more. Very good.
Yeah, come forward.
Very good.
Oh.
Yes, yes. Touch each other.
Oh, okay.
You.
How dare you?
Now,
Hemmy.
if I do one of these... Oh, they're not grouped up enough, as it turns out.
Oh.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
that is unfortunate. I thought you'd be wanting to fire them all.
I do definitely want to. It's more of a... I'd rather do it to ones it'll matter to.
Okay. I mean, there's an Anvil specialist right in front that could maybe spread some fire around.
Possibly. I'm trying to hit the ones behind
Oh, I see.
because they're the only ones that matter.
Right.
No, come on, I want this one. Aww.
No luck?
I mean, they're just not in a good spot, is all. They're all slightly too far away from each other.
Gotcha. And the specialist doesn't spread fire everywhere?
It's not worth it when I kill them in one hit. The fire kills them in one hit, the lightning kills them in one hit. It's not worth setting one on fire because he'll die before I can then spread the fire, if that
Well,
makes
that's why
sense.
I'm specifying the specialist, because he's got 28 health.
But I
compared
can only
to-
spread fire from him to one other character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So they're all spread out just enough that I
Just
can
enough.
only ever get one other person.
I
Like literally to the
see. Mm-hmm.
square, they are spread out just slightly too much.
I see.
It's very frustrating.
Right. What about,
I might just lightning one of them and
Yeah, I
kill
think
two
so.
and injure another.
I think that's the play.
Yo.
Lightning in the back there at someone.
Okay, now, do I use my Presta advantage? No.
I don't think it's needed.
No.
You can stack it up for a nice big one later.
Hello!
Oh, yeah. Juicy.
Very good.
Lennox, you have firearm for your psyker just in case of a situation like this. Gotcha.
It's already done!
And do it again.
As a matter of fact, I will do it again. I could kill another one or set the remaining one on fire to then die on his turn.
You could slurp this Anvil specialist and heal Idara a little bit.
Ooh. I could kill any of them with the slurp. Who do you want slurped? I have a hit chance with the slurp though. Might as well go for it.
Go for it. That'll do.
Nom 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 nom.
Oh, nom 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 nom. And now Idara's been healed.
Get slurped, bud.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
Did good.
I worked hard.
Yeah, I saw.
Alright,
Did
good luck,
much
Abelard.
running and gunning. Oh. I must admit. Daring Breach, the heroic ability, is very tempting. Aha.
Ooh, I'm proud of you for admitting it.
Thank you.
It's the first step.
Let's move Abelard in here.
Oh, he's gonna get just shredded if he gets hit by all those.
He's gonna be fine.
Okay, I trust.
Yeah. And then I can't quite cleave them. But I can just charge into this guy. Bonk. Marvelous. I'm one square too far away. And I have no movement left. Really? I can cleave.
It will be done.
Yeah. Marvelous. And then Heroic Act restores all AP and MP. Gains +4 MP. Until the end of turn, don't lose MP when performing attacks. I want to do that.
No matter the
And then you can
cost.
just run through the rest of them, chopping away.
Exactly.
God, you have so much movement too.
Right? Because it's +4. Oh, this is glorious. Okay, keep going, Abelard. Why are you going in a weird little around? Just go straight. What?
Why?
Do you see that?
Yeah. Maybe just like manually do it square by square so he
Maybe, yeah. I'll just
stops
go
being
here.
an idiot.
Weird. Oh my
Holy shit.
gosh. Yes.
I think the sending him towards the armored Anvil over there is probably the better
I think
choice.
that's a good idea. That's a beefy boy.
Yeah.
I've seen worse
You don't want
battles
him
than this
shooting
in
him
my
either,
time.
because he
No.
presumably does more
At your
damage.
beck and call.
Bonk.
Get it good. Do it
Excellent.
again.
I think I'm going to save the last AP to endure.
Okay, and then he sits there and goes. "Grrrr."
Yeah. And we might as well
Indeed.
brace for impact as well, seeing as he's out in the open there. Neat. Good job, Abelard. Proud of you. Oh, yes. That's
Oh,
the ball.
almost.
Yeah. Frenzied. Oh,
Yeah,
Emma.
you're gonna move back into. Okay. Sure.
Okay, sure.
That works for me.
Excellent. Now let's see. Does
but
this?
if you shoot any of us in the back,
Oh, there we go.
okay.
That was the aftershock coming through. But good to know that
Zero.
aftershock happens at the end of their turn rather than at the start of their turn.
Was that another guard that came out?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate it. We didn't need it, but you know,
Yeah, we
it's
are.
nice that we're the ones with the reinforcements for once.
A-okay. Cassia, you need to be able to see those folk. Let's move you, my girl.
Don't worry, backup has. Oh my God, what did you people do? These poor men.
Yeah.
Are we the bad guys?
No. We couldn't be.
I'd feel bad if we were the bad guys, but I don't. Therefore, we're in the right.
Correct. Yeah.
Shit.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh yeah.
That was amazing.
I forgot that it triggers attacks of opportunity. That's so good. Excellent. And then can I...
Goddamn Abelard went in like a Beyblade.
Right? And then I'm going to use Point of Curiosity again. Not to purpose, sorry. Did that move him closer? Oh, not as close as I would have liked. And then I cannot reach anyone. I have made mistakes. Ah! Adara, come back. Come closer. Okay, well, I guess I'll just use the willpower bonus on Cassia. Breaky, I think that Smear used to be human. Yeah, maybe, once upon a time, but I blinked and missed it.
It's either a creative graffiti project or someone's husband and son.
Yeah. I don't think they'll miss them.
Yeah, I mean, look at their clothes.
Okay, I think that's about all that Cassie is able to do. I could try shooting, but he's out of my line of sight, and I don't want to move, so...
Yep.
I'm gonna
He's
leave
a
her.
sniper. We don't want him taking someone out right as we're about to win.
Exactly. Genta, I don't think you really need to do anything, my girl.
You might be able to hit him if you... Yeah, move right there.
Yeah, I can't see him.
Really?
Yeah.
What about...
Oops.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start moving. I just did. Oh, he's one thing out of range. Let's... What?
Can you throw a grenade?
I'm gonna try using the burst fire. Because... Technically... Why does it look like that one square is being avoided? Crimson, you don't think they'll miss them. After all, we don't miss them. Precisely, and if we don't, they won't. I'm sure it's fine. Am I being weird? It looks like there should be a square there that he's just not being encompassed in. But let's give it a try. Bop, bop, bop. Uh-huh.
Oof. Argenta.
Right. Well, you know, continuing on from classic traditions.
Somewhere, a howling screech echoes out as the chowder soup guy gets shot in the head.
The chowder soup guy.
Yeah. Guy who poured soup over us when we were on fire in the
Oh,
incinerator.
that's right. No, he's underground. He's safe. I wouldn't want to hurt him. Yeah. Why do you sound so suspicious?
Because walls seem to mean very little to the projectiles in this game.
That's also true.
All those people in the cages that we bought the previous
Oh,
tenants of are now
yeah.
dead.
Those people are dodging bullets like their life depends on it. Oh no, come back here. Ooh, that's what I thought.
Right. Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have to go on a bit of a run, I'm
If
afraid.
I move there, can I... No. If I move here, can I see him? I can!
Oh, very good.
Fuck you, bud! Get over here! Your room
Oh.
is... Hey, there you go. Your room is messy.
That's what... I did kind of see Adara take some damage there. I don't know if that was meant to be damage that was shown from the enemy.
Me neither.
Deals 13 damage to Adara. Thrice Pioneer's protection. What?
Doesn't matter anyway.
What dealt 13 mental damage?
Anver's note from the atrium. Can I read this?
Sure.
Sector 2. Watch your back. Make sure you're not being followed. Huh.
Wow, all of these people are just walking on Bastion Corder's body.
Ooh, there's an Auspex. Jeez.
You alright?
Yeah. I saw your icon moving at the bottom of my screen here because you're moving around the physical, world a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a giant bug on my monitor.
Oh, I see.
There is an Auspex which grants a +10 bonus to awareness.
To a what?
Awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Is it an item?
I don't know. I had to close it because I wasn't allowed to loot. I was only allowed to close.
I see.
One of those.
That's a psychic phenomenon, Frankie? Oh, crazy. It's the first one we've seen, but good to know. There are so many body parts littered around, and nobody seems
Why
to care.
can't I loot? There we go. Collect. There we go.
Sweet. Rot. What?
Gross.
What is that? Rot. A new, particularly aggressive gang has set up shop in Footfall, showing no fear of either the Liege or the rogue traders. Their thuggish behavior must be stopped. Find out more about the strange gang. It's worth taking a look at the belongings of those killed by the Anvers and searching for other evidence. The Anvers' brazen actions guarantee that they will give themselves away sooner or later. A note found on the body of one of the Anvers' leaders mentions Section 2. Now that we know where Section 2 is, I do actually want to just go through our quest list here.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch that I don't actually know what they're
Okie dokie.
pointing towards. Ah!
What happened?
What happened?
Looking is free, and just for a you're in deep, friend. You've made some powerful people very angry.
Ooh.
Who? What? That
The...
guy? Stop!
Yeah.
No, wait! Oh god, they're gonna murder everyone. Vladimir told us to make sure you're not seen around here again, and we will.
Oh, it really is. By the Liege's
By the
special
Liege's special decree, citizens permitted to brew rot gut for personal consumption.
Wow.
He takes it like a champ. Oh no.
He really did.
Yeah.
I mean, he handled a few bullets there.
Yeah. I don't feel a great deal of sympathy, but also I think there were better ways of dealing with that.
Me too.
Say maybe seizing all of his possessions.
But also, people in power don't seem particularly inclined to do it well.
Rise to the top.
No, they don't.
Here.
Get left in the dust.
They happen a lot with the Dara. Gotcha. I mean, we have been warned of that. The Liege is essentially a gang boss here. Yeah, he's essentially head honcho.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this! Heavy armor! A chasing chest plate. 40% armor, 1 armor deflection, 0.5 dodge penalty. The character wearing this armor will dodge 2% of average enemy attacks in this chapter, reduces the damage of average enemy attacks in this chapter by 30%. Neat! We happen to have a boy for that.
Oh yeah.
Violent means is common. This makes sense, Freaky. Would you mind reading this for me?
You have obtained heavy armor. Unlike light and medium armor, heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Deflection is a unique heavy armor stat that reduces damage taken by a specified flat amount. Heavy armor has a higher armor rating than medium and light armor, but only usually has a higher dodge penalty, making it harder to dodge an enemy attack while wearing it.
This makes sense.
Only characters with the heavy armor proficiency talent can wear heavy armor.
Oops. Okay, easy. Abelard. Let's put it on.
This feels slightly late, but I appreciate anyhow.
Well, we haven't had heavy armor before,
No.
so this makes sense. To be honest, it looks like the chainmail dodge penalty was higher than this heavy armor. What does it look like? It's okay. It kind of looks like barbarian armor, if I'm being honest.
It looks like his lard is gonna seep out.
Like his lard is going to seep out.
Yeah. The other one covered him more.
Oh, I see.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Very early in the long run. This is good.
The party just did a bunch of grinding on that statue. I'm just gonna follow.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you have to assert your dominance.
It's my statue.
Right, so in terms of quests, Tattered Spirits meet with the officers on the ship's bridge. Right, they want to talk to us on the ship. The Hunt for Knowledge, the representation of the Explorator Cognizant Fleet, Opticon 22 is willing to pay for information on planets studied by the RogueTrader, so we need to study 10 planets. We're halfway there. That's pretty neat. Rot, we're trying to find out the Anvers. And we are back. Sorry for the quick break. I had to take a call.
Yeah, it turns out that people you live with are wanted by the government if you try and inspire insurrections in proxy countries that you've been to recently. So, with that, I have to suddenly answer to a whole bunch of authorities. I'll be taking a quick break from stream, but Flewt will be continuing. I may come back. Probably not, because handcuffs are hard to play video games from. But I'll see you guys soon. I'll be around, listening, maybe yelling things in the background. But for now, goodbye.
Good luck with your capture.
Thank you.
Hemmy is not in any kind of trouble, just needing a bit of a break, which is all good. Thank you for joining up till now. Ooh, we might see you soon.
Yeah, do you want the rest
We
of
might
my
not.
toast?
Ooh, and if you don't want it?
No.
Oh, thank you. Very good. Freaky, you reckon space to hide helmets? 95% of them look terrible in most games. I do agree. You wish you could keep the look of the starting hats, though. They do look... Hey, in RogueTrader? I can't say I remember what the hats look like. Oh, I do wish more RPGs had a... What's the term? A dress-up system, a glamour system. But I also understand that that's a ton of work. And not always necessary. Take your helmet off and have a look. Okay, give me a second. Let's just go through this. Hunger's hands supply Footfall with provisions from the agri-world Yanis. Footfall is experiencing severe shortages of provisions. If the situation is not remedied soon, a dramatic fall in the station's population is likely. So do we actually have to go out and do that? I thought it was kind of just arranged. Oh, here we go. The Liege of Footfall, Vladimir Tokara. His people at risk of salvation. If the Von Valencius dynasty does not help him, he will be forced to submit to the rule of the merciless RogueTrader in Incendia Quarter. And I really don't want that. I want us to have a pretty strong presence here on Footfall. So, this concerns me, the whole, if the situation is not remedied soon. This makes me think this is a timed quest. We've also got a stray for Sister Argenta. According to Reverend Hieronymus, suspicious individuals were conducting rituals in the Shadow Quarters, which is where I want to go to. If they're heretics, they must be eradicated. The presence of Sister Argenta is highly advisable. Awesome, that sounds like fun. And we've got Persona Non Grata. Find the disgraced stranger in the Adeptus Amacicus bar in the Shadow Quarters. Sweet, again, where we want to go. Other quests, classified information. Pascal has found a databank belonging to the RogueTrader's predecessor. That's right. Find the hidden cache on Dalgonis Kiava Gamma. Okay, well, that likely isn't going to be completed anytime soon. Let's take our helmet off and have a look. I don't think Shiloh has a helmet. She's got a little thingy-mabob there. Let's take this off for now, but just to make sure I can put it back on easily. Like so, Freaky? Can we toggle that actually? Show helmet, there we go. Let's apply that. I do like being able to see his head with hair. Oh, for the main character? What's for the main character? Showing the helmet? Oh my goodness! Oh, that's so cool! Right, because that's part of the, like, starter outfit. I love the hat. Some of the hats are great. I agree. I like that so much. Ooh, there was a purple there. That's kind of purpley. A bit more fluty. I think I might keep that for now. Neat. You wish you could keep that look and hide the head slot of gear. Oh, can you not? Right, because show helmet doesn't actually hide the helmet. Although it is... No, that's the wrong helmet. It is hiding this one. But I understand that that doesn't work for the main character. Which is unfortunate. Alright, excuse me while I do a bit of a munch. Hide helmet, hide your hat, yeah. Cool. I love that hat. Let's go through some of the items we've got. While I quickly steal Hemmy's characters. Putting a helmet on removes the hat? Right. This does all make sense when I think about it. So what were all of those cool little accessories? Can be equipped, grants a +10 bonus to awareness. Instead of my commerce and lore. I do like my commerce and lore. That's like a little, I don't know, something. Can I put it in there? No. And, bonus to awareness. That could be good for our gent, actually. Who else kinda needs awareness? No one's really pushing for awareness on this team. I've got that pretty handled. So Freaky, if you want to wear the hat, there's a limited headgear that leaves it on or has no head slot. Right. I can understand the frustration. Those are cool hats. Really cool hats. So then there's Arsonist's Braces, plus bonus to tech use, increase the damage from flame weapons. The tech use bonus would be really good on Pascal. This item reduces wounds by 10%, but increases critical chance. Ooh. I wouldn't mind having that. Oh, wait. Really? It goes on this slot? That feels like a consumable. Oh, wait. No, is this just a permanent thing? Oh, because that would be awesome. I wonder if I should give that to Hemmy. Some extra crit chance for him would be pretty neat. We've got some gloves, allow the wearer to parry melee attacks with their ranged weapon skill, using ballistic instead of weapon. For gloves, mine are definitely better for me. Ooh, I love that for Dara. All attacks of opportunity deal additional agility bonus. That's great for Abelard. What does Hemmy have for gloves? Persuasion? That's kind of a Cassia thing now. Sure, let's allow Hemmy to... Not that he's really got anything of anything. He's got a little bit more ballistic skill. We've got some capes. The wearer and their allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. I do kind of want to give that to Pascal. I think we were thinking of making him a grenade boy. Right, this was the weird in-between helmet that's not quite for me, not quite for Dara. Oh my goodness, yes. I do want the commander's cloak now. Having that one extra square of range on officer archetype abilities would be really good. And plus 5% armor, I don't think is a huge bonus to anyone. Yeah, these are all quite good. If I remember correctly. Wearer of this helmet gains additional % armor. 2 times fellowship bonus, so that's 6% versus 5%, so it's still better. Helmet grants a bonus to fellowship equal to 2 times their iconoclast rank, so it's not huge, but I mean it is there. I think we're looking pretty well kitted out at the moment, to be honest. Plus 3 logic is just fine, it's not massive. I wonder if some additional armor probably would benefit her. Yeah. Yeah, some additional... Oh, Dara, I'm sorry, I have to hide that. That doesn't feel right. Yeah, additional armor I think would be beneficial. Ah! Oh, thank goodness, I thought I was getting another call. Okay. Looking good, feeling good, team. We don't have many boots. Or is that a belt or a wrist watch? Oh, wait. Wait a second. Do I have 2 of these slots? Does that mean I could have put the stim pack on Shiloh? I mean, I don't mind it being on Hemmy, but I do think it would be better on Shiloh. Hold on. It does look like it can go in that slot. Yeah. I think I'd like that. Wait, where did these come from? Oh, I took them off Adara. What a short-term memory. And then I think we're good. Does Cassia have gloves? Right, these are Cassia gloves for persuasion. And these were tech use for Pascal. Sweet! I think we're looking good. Nom, 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 nom. Right, team. Forward. March. Hold on a second. Why is Cassie at the front? Where's my formation? There we go. I want Abelard at the front, followed by probably Cassia and Argenta. That looks fine to me. That's a bit better. Okay, team. Onwards. I do wish the camera would follow them. Tell you what, let's look at my map. Because I want to be going... Oh, that's the Liege's Palace. That's the rest of Footfall. And this is... a warehouse. Is that where we came out of? That is absolutely where we came out of. Okay. So we want to be here. Oh my goodness, this doesn't look like an area that we should be looking at. Woo! Press F for camera to follow selected. Ah! Marvelous, you are a lifesaver, Freaky. Thank you. That's to the rest of Footfall. Ooh, we missed some leaflets, but we've kind of seen these leaflets before. I do want this. Do I? It doesn't seem very good, but I want it anyway. Collect it all. Hom. Yes, leave location. Wonderful. Now, can I go straight from here to the Shadow Quarters? It looks like I can. What I will do, before I do that, is save. Because last time we tried to enter the Shadow Quarters, we crashed. And I would really rather avoid that. Or if it does happen, I have a save to go back to. Love this. When in doubt, save. Thank you, game. You are wise indeed. Ah! No, seriously? Why? Am I just going to permanently crash when I get to the Shadow Quarters? Server... Okay. Bother. The only thing I can think of that's giving me hope is that it's a multiplayer thing. And maybe I'll try going there without Hemmy being connected. So, let's give it a shot. Otherwise, that is very discouraging. Alright, well, that's why we saved, isn't it? Let's get in there, give this another shot. Otherwise, we might just have to leave. Which would suck. I really want to do all the stuff in the Shadow Quarters. But if it's not working, it's just not working. Anyway, let's see. Come on, game. I know, we've got a lot of loading to do. I gotcha. Crimson still have to admire that even the error dialogue is a skull commitment. It is, you have to stick to a theme, you know? When you've bought that many skulls, you have to put them to use. It's not like I can go past the Shadow Quarters to whatever Martyr's Endurance is. Okay, well, we're not in co-op, so let's give this another shot. But I do not have high hopes. If it's still crashing from here, I'm quite concerned. Damn it. Why? Why, me wonders? It is rather game-breaking, Freaky. It is, and we've had a patch in between. I imagine if this was a common thing, it would have been addressed. Bother! God, that sucks. You're pretty sure Jay's in the Shadow Quarter? No! You know what? I have an idea. Please go away. Oh dear. Okay, everything's frozen. I have an idea. I am going to get Hemmy's save into the Shadow Quarters and then invite myself in and see if that works. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to use Hemmy's mic and push that away. Okay. Oh, this feels unfamiliar and strange. I'm sorry that there's an empty chair there. Please imagine Hemmy's just talking to you. I'm sure he's making lots of very good jokes that I haven't thought about just yet. Oh dear. Aha. Okay. Well, Hemmy got into the Shadow Quarters just fine. Argenta is asking us, she says, I'd like to remind you that about Reverend Hieronymus's request. He asked us to search for potential cultists. So I'm going to say, you know Footfall better than me. Do you think the rumors of heretics are true? She says there's a time when I'd have said it was a likely fabrication. But one can say many things about the Calabascan mission and the other shady operators on Footfall, but even those thugs are loyal to the Emperor, and so they mercilessly exterminate outright heretics in their territory. But now, heretics have launched an open attack on a rogue trader's ship. So she's willing to believe in heretics who openly perform their dark rituals and brazenly mark their dens. We must keep going. Let's go, Argenta. I know you probably have more you want to talk to me about, but I want to get my own save working. Let's see. Co-op mode. And then I invite myself, who isn't showing up. There we go. Crimson, isn't everyone a potential cultist when you think about it? Sure, a potential cultist, absolutely. If you really want to go to the extremities. Freaky, you want your own body back. Oh, I'm sorry, do I count? How did you lose your body? I think I just got that invite. Yes, very good. Okay, I've accepted it. Now to see if this'll get me into the Shadow Quarters. Oh, that was me speaking to Argenta. I see. Mr. the Quotes, gotcha. This appears to be working. I wonder what's wrong with my game. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Really? Oh, I was so excited. I wonder if I just have to stream from Hemmy's save. Maybe we like bounce to his, stream from his computer, for the Shadow Quarters stuff. And then once we're out of Shadow Quarters, maybe I can re-co-op, and then we'll have that save from then on. I think that's going to be what I try, because I don't want to leave this place and have the Shadow Quarter missions fail. Which is what I'm really worried about. And if that's what we're going to be doing, that's going to require some setup. So, unfortunately, that's going to be us for the night. Sorry, it was a bit of a shorter one today. But thank you very much for coming through and enduring our rants. I had a lot of fun chatting to everyone about some spicy opinions. It was a good time. I will try to get the tech issues sorted, see if we've got a bit of a workaround. At the very least, at the very minimum, I'll stream from Hemmy's computer because his save clearly loads in there just fine. We'll see what the story is on Footfall, and even if my save, if I then for some reason cannot join him after that and kind of update my save, at least we've seen the story there, even if the game won't recognize it. So that's the plan, methinks. Kind of cool. I like the way that the co-op works with this. Crimson, thank you for being here and for the wonderful jokes. I really appreciate it. It was good fun. Frankie, appreciate you being around and helping us out. Let's see if there's anyone we can go and raid. There's a Twitch. Oh my goodness. Opening Twitch is quite, to the homepage is quite the experience these days. Oh, Piz is streaming. Yay, very good. Let's go give Piz a raid. He is an awesome streamer, tunes in frequently, and is just really fun to hang out in his stream with. So, if we can send some love, that would be much appreciated. Let me try to get this sorted out. Wake, thank you so much for being here and for the clip. Again, sorry, this was a short one. Let's raid UC Piz Murga and hope like crazy I've spelt that right. But you have a great night as well, Wake. Really appreciate it. Alrighty, with that said, have a wonderful day, night, whatever it is, whatever your time zone may be. Stay safe and healthy. Have a great time on Piz's stream. And until next time, I've been Flewt, and you've been fantastic. Bye-bye.